Are they in a pot?
Yeah.
Sharda's thing. I wouldn't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll just leave them there.
Thanks. Vandeham Shri Guru. Vandeham Shri Guru. Shri Yuta Parakamalam Shri Guru Vaisnavamsa Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatamitam Tam Sajivam Amshata Om Agyanatamirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Vishnupadaya. Do you want to play the harmonium?
I can just
I guess I can drone too. Namayo Vishnupadaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Shishimad Bhaktivedanta Narayani Tinamine Vandeham Shri Guru Varam Shri Rupanuga Pravaram Rajarasarasikam Cha Narayanam Tam Prapanam Shri Guru Charanam Bande Nastaya Bhutale Rupanuga Bhaktiram Cha Ripamurti Narayanam Shri Krishna Lakatana Sudaksham Adhurya Madhurya Gunaisayuktam Varanaranyam Purushamahantam Narayanam Tvam Shirasha Namami Namayom Vishnupadaya Keshava Prasad Bhutale Yad Bhaktivedanta Vamane Tinamine Gaurabhava Mayodeha Ujjvalarasa Bhavaka Bhaktivedanta Vamano Raga Bhakti Pravartaka Guru Dhamni Cha Sevasu Vaishnava Sarvadamati Granthe Bhagavate Sakshar Goswami Vedante Rati Namayo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamini Dinamini Namo Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavari Pasyatadeshatarine Namayo Vishnupataya Charya Simharupine Shishimad Bhakti Pragyana Shavaiti Namine Atimartaya Charitraya Swasritinam Chapaline Jivadukhe Sadartaya Shinama Premadayine Kodasraya Vigrahaya Krishna Kamaikacharine Rupanuga Pravaraya Vinodeti Swarupine Prabhupadantantarangaya Sarvasargunashaline Mayavatamognaya Vendantartavande Namaha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Namine Shri Varshabhanavidevi Daitaya Kripabdhaye Krishna Sambhanta Vijnana Daine Pravave Namaha Madhurya Ujjvala Premadhya Shri Rupanuga Bhaktira Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namostute Namaste Gauravani Shrimurtaye Dinatarine Rupanuga Virudhapadvantantaharine Namakura Kishoraya Saksharvaragya Murtaye Vipralambara Sambodhe Parambujayate Namaha Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Sachidananda Namine Gaura Shakti Swarupaya Rupanuga Varayate Gaura Virbhava Bhumestvam Nirdista Sajana Priya Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Shri Jagannatayate Namaha Anchakapatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratushe Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jaitam Surato Pangur Mama Mandar Materkati Matsarvaswa Parambhojo Shri Radha Madana Mohano Divyarvindaranya Kalpadrumadha Shrimaradnagar Simhasanasto Shrimaradha Srila Govinda Devo Prastalibhi Sevyamanosmarami Shrimanasarasarambhi Vamshivatartatastitha Karshan Venusmaner Gopir Gopinatha Sristunam Om Vrindaye Tulasi Devaye Priyaye Keshavasya Cha Krishna Bhakti Pradadevi Satyavataye Namo Namaha Chitatpamakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Should we do page 23?
23? Do you want to sing it?
Sure. Can you play cards also?
Yeah.
Thanks. Krishna hoite chaturmukha, Haya Krishna seva mukha. Brahma hoite Narada Mati, Narada hoite Vyasa, Madhvakaya Vyasa Rasa, Purna Praja Panaparagati, Nirhari Madhava Vamse, Akshobhya Paramahamse, Sisya Bodhyangi Karakare, Akshobhshira Sisya Jaya, Tirtanami Prarichaya, Taradase Jnana Sindhutare, Tahoite Dayanidhi, Taradasa Vidyanidhi, Rajendra Horiro Tate, Tahara Kinkara Jaya, Dharmanami Parichaya, Parampara Janobaromate, Jaya Dharmadasya Kyati, Shri Purushottammarati, Tate Brahmanya Tirtasuri, Vyasatirtha Taradasa, Lakshmi Pati Vyasadasa, Tate Maravindra Puri, Maravindra Puri Vara Shri Sharasa Shri Shvara, Nityananda Shri Advaita Vibhu, Ishvara Puri Kedanya Kurilena Shri Chaitanya, Jagat Guru Guru Mahaprabhu, Mahaprabhu Shri Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Yanya, Rupanuga Janera Jivana, Bara Priyankara Shri Sarupa Damodara, Shri Goswami Rupa Sanantana, Rupa Priya Mahajana Jiva Raghunatahana, Tara Priya Kavi Krishna Rasa, Krishna Rasa Priya Vara Narottama Seva Para, Tara Para Vishnavata, Vishnavata Bhakta Sata Baladeva Jagannatha, Tara Priya Shri Bhakti Vinoda, Vara Shri Gora Kishora Vara, Pare Parayutta Jara Mora, Shri Vashana Bhavi Vara Sara Sevya Seva Para, Tara Parayutta Dasana Homa, Prabhupada Antaranga Shri Swarupa Rupanuga, Shri Keshava Bhakati Pragyana, Gaudiya Vedanta Veta Maya Varata Mohata, Gauravani Prachara Chadama, Nira Gauravani Bhakati Vedanta Swami, Puradeva Prabhupada Kama, Keshavriya Mahajana Vamana Narayanana, Gauravani Tare Pranadana, Hey Sabhari Jana Gorangera Nirjana, Tarera Uchiste Murakama, Jaya Parampara Parampara, Vaishnav?
Vaishnav.
You do Oh Hey Vaishnav Thakur, that's a nice one.
Okay, yeah.
39.
39?
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna try to play along with you so I can finally learn to play cartels.
Oh,
One of these
yay.
days.
O He Vaishnava Thakura Dayara Sagara He Dase Karuna Kori O He Vaishnava Thakura Dayara Sagara He Dase Karuna O He Vaishnava Thakura Dayara Sagara He Dase Karuna Kori Diya pada chaya shodho he amare Diya pada chaya shodho he amare Tomara charana thori O He Vaishnava Thakura Dayara Sagara E Dase Karuna Kori Jaya Vekadomi Jaya Dosha Shori Jaya Guna Deho Dase Jaya Satsanga He Deho He Amare Jaya Satsanga Deho He Amare Bosachi Sangeraya Ekakiya Mara Nahi Paya Bala Hari Nama Sankirtane तुम्हें कृपा करे श्रद्धा बिंदु दिया तुम्हें कृपा करे श्रद्धा बिंदु दिया कृष्ण नम देहो कृष्ण नम धामे कृष्ण से तोमारा कृष्ण दीते पारो तोमारा शक्ति आछे Krishna se tomara Krishna dite paro tomara shakti ache. Amito Kangala Krishna Krishna Boli. Amito Kangala Krishna Krishna Boli. Thai tava pache pache. O he Vaishnava Thakura Dayara Sagara He Dase Karuna Kori. O he Vaishnava Thakura Dayara Sagara Edase karuna kori. Jaya Vaishnav Thakur, Jaya Vaishnav Thakur, Vaishnav Thakur, Jaya Vaishnav Thakur. Jaya Kripa Karo, He Vaishnav Thakur, Kripa Karo, He Vaishnav Thakur. Jaya Vaishnavi Thakurani, Vaishnavi Thakurani, Vaishnavi Thakurani, Vaishnavi Thakurani.
Oh gosh.
Okay, you wanna
I can
sing?
get it when I don't sing. But then when I sing, I can't do it.
Understand.
Yeah.
Do you wanna sing for Nitai?
Nita and Gore together.
Sure.
I don't think I actually know any Nita Gore ones together. Unless we know morning too.
Yeah. You can literally do.
Or I don't know where they are. Do you want to?
I think you can just do Gauranga Bolite Have if you want.
Okay. Okay, cool. That counts as both.
Yeah.
Gauranga Bolite Have Puraka Sharira Hari Hari Bolitena Yone Babenira
Vishyacharantiya kabe Shurabhimana kabe Hamaherabo Shri Vindavana Rupa Raghunatha Pare Hoibe Akuti Habe Hama Bhuja Bhoshe Jugala Piriti Rupa Raghunatha Pare Rahu Morasha Pratana Koro Yeshara Narottama Rasa Gauranga Purite Have Puraka Sharira Hari Hari Bolite Na Nane Bhavinira Jaya Nitai Gauranga Jaya Nitai Gauranga Nitai Gauranga Jaya Nitai Gauranga Gaura hai Gaura hai Gaura hai Gaura hai
When will the hair on my body stand on end upon chanting Gauranga? When will my eyes overflow with tears upon chanting Hari Hari? And when will the moon like Nityananda Prabhu bestow his mercy upon me? When will my material desires become insignificant?
When will my mind, as a result of my renouncing material enjoyment, become purified? When will I behold Sri Vrindavan? When will I develop eagerness for the lotus feet of Sri Rupa Goswami and Srila Raghunath Das Goswami, by whose mercy I will be able to understand the love of the divine couple? Let all my hopes and aspirations remain at the lotus feet of Sri Rupa and Sri Raghunath Das. This is the constant prayer of Narottam Das. Thakur ki jai.
So today is the disappearance day of Gopal Bhatta.
Are there any specific bhajans for him?
We could sing Disciples when he has to go.
Oh, that's great.
But I don't know if they want us, like, we all want to sing it together.
Yeah, maybe we wait. Maybe we can do it like right before class if anyone actually shows up.
Okay.
And if no one shows up, we'll just sing it together before class. Before class reading.
this one.
Okay.
Amara jivana sadapaperata nahiko punyera lesha. Padare utpeka tiachike kato. Peka tiachike kato. Tiachi devera klesha. Tiachi devera klesha. Nija sukha lagi papena hidori daya hina swarta para. Para sukhe dukhi sadamitya pashi. Para dukha sukha kara. Para dukha sukha kara. Ashesha kamana hiti majhe mora krodhi dambha para yana. Madamata sada vishaya mohita. Madamata sada vishaya mohita. Himsa garva vibhushana. Nidralasya hata sukharya virata akarya udyogiyami. Pratishtalakiya satya charana. Pratishtalakiya satya charana. Lobahata sadakami. Lobahata sadakami. Ehena durjana sajana varjita aparadhi nirantara. Shubhakarya sunya sadanartamana. Shubhakarya sunya sadanartamana. Nana dukhe jara jara. Vardhakya kona upaya vihana tate dina kinchana. Bhakti vinoda prabhura charane. Kare dukha nivedana. Kare dukha nivedana. Amara jivana sadapaperata nahiko punyera lesha. Parare utpeka diya chije kato. Parare utpeka diya chije kato. Diya chije verakesha. Diya chije verakesha. Jaya Bhakti Vinod, Jaya Bhakti Vinod, Bhakti Vinod, Jaya Bhakti Vinod. My life is perpetually dedicated to sin, thus I am without a trace of piety. I have given others great anxiety and brought only misery to living beings. For the sake of my own pleasure, I am not afraid to commit any sin. Devoid of all compassion and full of selfishness, I feel sorrow at the happiness of others. I am an inveterate liar, and the misery of others delights me. There are unlimited material desires within my heart. I am full of anger and devoid of false pride, and devoid to false pride. Indeed, I am always intoxicated by conceit and bewildered by mundane enjoyment. Envy and egotism are my ornaments.
Plagued by indolence, I am disinclined to perform pious work, but I am enthusiastic to undertake forbidden deeds. For want of prestige, I behave most dupliciously. I have been destroyed by greed and am always filled with desire. Being such a miscreant and being rejected by saintly persons, I am a perpetual offender. Devoid of good deeds and habituated to vice, I am oppressed by various miseries. Now in old age, I am deprived of any remedy. Thus the humbled and poor Bhakti Vinod submits his sorrows at the feet of the Lord. Bhajamanam. Oh, do we do Radha first? Radha Krishna? Okay. 366. Yeah, that's always a way to start the morning. I am dedicated to sin. Braja Jana Maina Sukakari Radhe Shama Shama Sham. Shri Radhe Braja Jana Maina Sukakari Radhe Shama Shama Sham. Murmukuta Makara Krita Kuindara Gari Vrajayati Mala. Charanaranu Purara Sararadhe Shama Shama Sham. Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham. Oh Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham. Oh Radhe Sham, 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 Radhe Sham. Oh Radhe Sham, 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 Radhe Sham. Sundara Varana Kamala Lochana Bhakti Chittavana Hari. Mohana Vamsi Bihari Radhe Shama Shama Sham. Vrindavana Medenu Charave Gopi Jana Manahari. Shri Govardhana Dhari Radhe Shama Shama Sham. Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham. Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham. Radhe Sham, 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 Radhe Sham. Radhe Sham, 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 Radhe Sham. Radha Krishna Miravaro Gaura Rupa Avatari. Kirtana Dharma Prachari Radhe Shama Shama Sham. तुम बिना मेरे और न कोई नाम रूप अवतारी. चरणन में बलिहारी राधे श्याम श्याम श्याम. Shri Radhe Nayana Balahari Radhe Shama Shama Sham. Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham. Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham. Raja Jana Mana Sukakari Radhe Shama Shama Sham. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe. Jaya Vrishabhanu Nandini Radhe Radhe, Vrishabhanu Nandini Radhe Radhe. you who are the delight of the people of Raj, Radhe Sham Sham Sham. His crown is of peacock feathers, his earrings are shark-shaped around his neck. Around his neck is a florist flower garland, and the bells on his feet resonate Ras, Radhe Sham Sham Sham. With his beautiful face, eyes like lotus petals, and his crooked and enticing posture, he frolics in forests and hearts, captivating all with his artistry and flute playing. Radhe Sham Sham Sham.
With his beautiful face, eyes like lotus petals, and his crooked enticing posture, he frolics in forests and hearts, captivating all with his artistry and flute playing. Radhe Shama Shama Sham. In Vrindavan, he tends to the cows, absconds with the minds of the cowherd girls, and holds up Shri Govardhan. Radhe Shama Shama Sham. Radha and Krishna now unite in one golden incarnation, preaching the religion of devotional singing, Kirtan Dharma. Radhe Shama Shama Sham.
Without you, I have no other. You incarnate in the divine name and in divine form. At your feet, rapture is found. This Narayan delights there. Radhe Sham Sham Sham. Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj ki jai.
Since we are doing Srila Gurudev Bhajans, we can do Krishna Deva Bhavantam.
Okay. Oh yeah. That's a good one. I wonder how long this reading is too, because I probably need to start cooking lunch soon.
Oh, that's true.
It's okay, I soaked some stuff, so it'll be good.
Oh, yeah, the beans.
Mm-hmm.
Where is it? It's in Sanskrit, so
The Sanskrit
it must be
session.
in just like a regular Krishna section.
What's it called again?
Krishna Deva Bhavantam Bande.
Oh yeah. Deva Bhavantam Bande. 3, 4, 3.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Wonder if anyone's actually watching this.
I know.
Is anyone in TV land right now? That's what she would say. Let's see.
You wouldn't see it on the phone, you'd see it on the restream.
6 viewers, what?
What?
It's because Talker's on there.
Exactly. Madhu's here?
I didn't see him.
He's here.
Oh, I thought you went to pick him up.
No, I
He was
dropped
here
off
last night.
Bhatta.
Okay.
Still singing?
Yeah. Krishna Deva Bhavantam. So let me do Lord. Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vande. Krishna. Oh wait. Srila Gurudev didn't write this. What Krishna bhajan did Srila Gurudev write a Krishna bhajan? Oh, sound. Oh yeah, we already did Radha and
Oh,
Krishna.
that counts as both.
It's okay. So, I mean, you can just.
Should we do Sad Goswami Ashtakam or should we wait for Vasanti?
Is Vasanti coming or does she have save it for ready?
Just do this one.
Okay. Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vande.
Krishna Deva Bhavantam Bhande.
Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vande.
Krishna Deva Bhavantam Bhande.
Mana Samadhukara Marpaya Nijapara Pankaja Makarande. Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vande. Yadyapi samadhishu vidhirapi pashyati natava nakhagramaricci. Idamicchami nishamyatavachuta tarapi kripa bhutavicim. Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vande. Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vande. Bhakti Rutan Jati Yadyapi Madhava Natvayan Mamati Ramatri. Parameshwarata tarapi tavadhika durgata gata navidhatri. Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vande. Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vande. Ayam avilota yadaya sanatana kalita bhutara sabhara. Nivasatu nitami hamritanendini vindan madhuri masaram. Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vande. Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vande. Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vande. Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vande. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitya Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitya Gaura Hari Bol. Nitya Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitya Gaura Hari Bol. Rupa Goswami, Shila Rupa Goswami, Rupa Goswami, Shila Rupa Goswami. Rupa Goswami, Shila Rupa Goswami, Rupa Goswami, Shila Rupa Goswami. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitya Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitya Gaura Hari Bol. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Gurudev. Gurudev, 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 Gurudev. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Gurudevi, Jaya Gurudevi, Gurudevi, Jaya Gurudevi. Nitya Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitya Gaura Hari Bol. Hari Bol. It's 11. to. They're not here. Jai Shri Goswami ki jai. Well, she said to do Sat Goswami Ashtakam for Srila Gopal Bhatt Goswami. Do you want to? Okay. Yeah? Page 264. Wait, do you want to leave?
Krishna Kirtana Gana Nartana Paro Prema Mritambo Nidhi Dhira Dhira Jana Priya Priya Karo Nirmatsara Pujito Shri Chaitanya Kripa Bhara Bhuvi Bhuvo Paravahantarako Vande Rupa Sanatana Gargayugo Shri Jiva Gopalako Nana Shastra Vicharanaika Nipino Sadharma Samstapako Lokanam Hitakarina Tribhuvane Manya Sharanya Karo Radha Krishna Padaravinda Bhajana Nandena Mataliko Vande Rupa Sanatana Raghuyugo Shri Jiva Gopalako Shri Gauranga Gunanuvarnana Vidho Shara Samradanvito Papa Tapani Krintana Tanubritam Govinda Ganamritai Anandam Bhurivardanaika Nipuno Kaivayani Starako Vande Rupa Sanatana Raghuyugo Shri Jiva Gopalako Taktya Turnamashesha Mandalapati Rinam Sadatu Javan Bhutpadina Nagneshako Karunaya Gopina Kanta Shita Gopi Bhavara Samrita Bilahari Kalola Magnamo Vande Rupa Sanatana Raghuyugo Shri Jiva Gopalako Kuja Kokila Hamsa Sarasagana Kirne Mayora Kule Nana Ratna Nibada Mula Vitapa Shri Yukta Vrindavane Radha Krishna Muharnisham Prabhajato Jivarthadoyamudo Vande Rupa Sanatana Raghuyugo Shri Jiva Gopalako Sankhya Purvaka Namagana Nativi Kalavashani Krito Nijahara Vihara Kari Vijito Chatyantarina Taro Radha Krishna Smrtir Madhuriman Nandena Samohito Vande Rupa Sanatana Raghuyugo Shri Jiva Gopalako Radha Krishna Tate Kalinde Tanaya Tire Chavam Sivate Preman Madhava Sada Shesharasaya Rasto Pramata Sada Kayanto Chakada Hare Gunavaram Bhava Vibhuta Muru Pande Rupa Sanatana Raghuyugo Shri Gopalako He Radhe Braja Devi Ke Chalalite He Nanda Sunakuta Shri Govardhana Kalpa Parapatale Kalindi Vanye Kutam Koshanta Iti Sarvato Brajapure Kedharma Vivalo Vande Rupa Sanatana Raghuyugo Shri Jiva Gopalako Vande Rupa Sanatana Raghuyugo Shri Jiva Gopalako Jaya Sad Goswami Jaya Sad Goswami Sad Goswami Jaya Sad Goswami Jaya Jaya Bhatta Gopal Jaya Bhatta Gopal Bhatta Gopal Jaya Shri Bhatta Gopal Jaya Jaya Rupa Sanatan Jaya Rupa Sanatan Rupa Sanatan Jaya Rupa Sanatan Jaya Rupa Sanatan Jaya Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol English? Perpetually immersed in singing, dancing, and heartfelt kirtan of the name, form, qualities, pastimes, associates, and realm of Sri Krishna, the six Goswamis embody the ocean of nectarian love. Wow. Dear to both gentlemen and ruffians, always engaged in pleasing activities and completely free from envy, they are adored by all. Wow. They are the recipients of Sri Chaitanya's immense mercy, and they therefore remove the burden of the earth through the distribution of bhakti ras. I worship the six Goswamis, Sri Rup, Sri Sanata, Sri Raghunath Bhatt, Sri Raghunath Das, Sri Jiva, and Gopala Bhatt. They are uniquely expert in ascertaining the essence of all revealed scriptures, and they establish the supreme occupation of the soul, Bhagavad Bhakti. They are the true benefactors of the people, worshipful for the three worlds, and affectionate to those who have taken shelter of them. Due to the bliss of Bhajan, of the lotus feet of Shri Shri Radha Krishna, they have become like intoxicated honeybees. I worship Shri Rup, Sanata Bhatti Raghunath Das, Jiva, and Gopal Bhatta Goswamis. They are enriched with deep faith in the process of describing the various qualities of Sri Gauranga. They nullify the great distress generated from the sinful activities of embodied beings by showering on them nectarian songs about Govinda. They are especially expert in expanding the ocean of bliss, and they rescue all from impersonalism by imparting the secrets of bhakti. I worship Shri Rup Sanata Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raghunath Sagoswamis. They fully abandon at once the association of kingly aristocracy, deeming it insignificant, and out of compassion they humbly wore only loincloths and ragged quilts. Thereafter they repeatedly immerse themselves in the delightful, billowing waves in the nectarian ocean of ras, the bhavs felt by the gopis. I worship Shri Rup Sanata Raghunath Bhatta Raghunath Dasa Jiva and Gopala Bhatta Goswamis. Crowded with sweetly cooing cuckoos, swans, and cranes, as well as groups of peacocks, Vrindavan is shining beautifully with trees that have many varieties of gems inlaid beneath their roots. I want to ask you, Devi, about that day. I always wondered what that means. There, day and night, the gems under the roots, you know. There, day and night, the Goswamis intensely worship Shri Shri Radha Krishna, thus endowing all jivas with the ultimate benefit of life. I worship Shri Rup Sanata Bhatta Raghunath Das Jiva, and Gopala Bhatta Goswamis. They would pass their time by daily chanting a fixed number of holy names, singing particular songs, and offering regulated obeisances to saints, deities, and the Lord's pastime places. Thus, they fully conquered the urges of eating, sleeping, recreation, and so forth. Always considering themselves to be unlimitedly lowly and insignificant, they became enchanted in sweet rapture by remembering Shri Shri Radha Krishna's qualities. I worship Shri Rup Sanata Raghunath Bhatta Raghunath Das Jiva, and Gopala Bhatta Goswamis. Wandering along the banks of Radha Kunda or the Yamuna, and sometimes at Bamsibhat, they would be forever seized by limitless transcendental states, intoxicated by the utter madness of prema, overwhelmed with bhav. They would jubilantly sing about the exalted qualities of Shri Hari. I worship Shri Rup Sanata Raghunath Bhatta Raghunath Das Jiva, and Gopala Bhatta Goswamis. O Radha, Queen of Vrindavan, O Lalita, O son of Nanda Maharaj, where are you? Are you beneath the Kalpavriksha trees of Sri Govardhan Hill, or are you in the forest on the banks of the Kalindi? Thus calling out, greatly overwhelmed in separation, they would wander throughout the length and breadth of Brajmandal. I worship Shri Rup Sanata Raghunath Bhatta Raghunath Das Jiva, and Gopala Bhatta Goswamis. Six Goswamis ki jai, Gopala Bhatta Goswami ki jai. All right, sure. Do you want me to read? Okay. That's fine. I'll go for a while and then. I heard a nice class this morning too, so I can mention something. Jnanatimidandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Guruve Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadabhaktaya Namo Namaha Yam Prabhijanta Manupeta Mapeta Krityam Dvaipayano Virahaka Tarua Juhava Putreti Tanmayataya Tadavo Venedus Tam Sarva Bhuta Hridayam Munina Natosmi Bhaktya Vihina Aparada Lakshay Kshiptascha Kama Ditaranga Madhe Kripa Mahitvam Sharanam Prapana Vrinde Numaste Charanada Vindam Tavaivasmi, Najivami Tvaya Vina, Iti Vigaya Radhe Tvam Nayamam Charinantike. First of all, offering unlimited Dandavat pranams into the dust of my worshipful Diksha Guru Devi Shrimati Shamrani Didi, and my Shiksha Guru Dev Nityalila Pravishtam Vishnupadasta Sat Shishimat Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, and unto Pujapad Nityalila Parishtam Vishnupad Esther to the Sat Shishiman Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada, to the entire Rupanuga Guru Varga, and to all assembled devotees and online guests. Hare Krishna. So today is the disappearance day of one of our great six Goswamis, Srila Gopal Bhatta Goswami. And Srimati Shamrani Didi has requested that we read from Hari Bhakti Vilas, which was written by Gopal Bhatta Goswami, one of the 3 books that he wrote. And so I'm going to be doing that. But first I'll give a little background history of Gopal Bhatta Goswami that I heard from our Srila Gurudev Narayan Maharaj. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we know, took sannyas, and he went to Advaita Acharya's house, attempted to go to Vrindavan, went to Advaita Acharya's house. Eventually he made his way to Jagannath Puri, and then he went on South Indian tour during Chaturmas Vrat. And while he was on his South Indian tour, many families would invite him to stay in their house. And so this was the situation with the family of Gopal Bhatta Goswami. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was going through their area, I forget, he said it was a temple of Ranga or something like that. They invited Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you please stay at our house for 1 month. And so then Mahaprabhu, he said, okay, I will stay. And his family were disciples of, they were actually in the Sri Sampradaya, so they worshipped Lakshmi and Narayan. But immediately from the association of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they took to Gaudiya Vaishnavism and decided to worship Shri Radha Krishna in conjugal mood. And Gopal Bhatta Goswami's brother is actually the famous Prabodhananda Saraswati. And young Gopal Bhatta Goswami, he became so maddened with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's association that when it came time for Mahaprabhu to leave, he wanted to chase him. But he wanted to chase him down, but Mahaprabhu told him to stay with your father. Firstly, your father is your guru. And then after your father disappears from this world, then go to find Rupa and Raghunath in Vrindavan. And so that's what he did. And Gurudev said something really beautiful. Gopal Bhatta Goswami's guru was actually Prabodhananda Saraswati, which was his elder brother. And in Chaitanya Charitamrita, it's there that there's 2 books that Mahaprabhu found on his South India tour. One of them is the Sri Brahma Samhita, which we all know, beautiful prayers of Lord Brahma, glorifying Krishna in so many things, the creation. And then also Krishna Karnamrita, Sri Krishna Karnamrita. but this Krishna Karnamrita is a little bit Krishna Paksha, a little bit favoritism towards Krishna. So Gurudev writes this beautiful explanation about how the mood of Gopal Bhatta Goswami and our Acharyas and Prabodhananda Saraswati, the highest subject of Gaudiya Vaishnava literature, is that it's not that Krishna, that the gopis should be crying in separation from Krishna and that we are serving Krishna, but rather all of our acharyas have this mood that Krishna should be crying in separation from them, from the gopis, and especially Srimati Radhika. And that this is the true deep rasic mood of Gopal Bhatta Goswami, who is obviously in line with all of our 6 Goswamis headed by Srila Rupa Goswami. And so Gurudev writes that there's a third book that's very important that from Mahaprabhu's South Indian tour is Srila Prabodhananda Saraswati's Radha Rasa Sudha Nidhi, which is very much so involves Radha Dasyam, Radha Paksha mood, representing the true hearts of our acharyas. And so Gurudev says that this Prabodhananda Saraswati was Gopal Bhatta Goswami's guru, so we can only imagine how soft, sweet, Rasik Vaishnav Gopal Bhatta Goswami was. And so then the other aspect that we always mention in regards to Gopal Bhatta Goswami, which I think this evening we're going to read from Chaitanya Charitamrita and hear directly about that, is how he went to the Himalayas and he was scooping water and he received some Shalagram Shilas and he ended up worshipping one in Braj, and it says that he took up Bhajan in Nidhuvan, and he was in Nidhuvan doing Bhajan, and he became a little envious, not envy, but transcendental envy that Rupa Goswami was worshipping Govindadev so nicely, decorating, and Sanatan Goswami was worshipping Madan Mohan, which had such beautiful forms, and Gopal Bhatta Goswami was worshipping just Shalagram. So it said when in the night he was thinking, I wish Srila, Gurudev explains it so sweet, I wish that I could see his legs and his feet and his face and his hands. I wish I could also decorate. So then in the morning when he went to his Shila, then he saw this form of Radha Raman had actually manifested from the Shila. And the other Goswamis were very blown away by this. They said, wow, what kind of devotion does Gopal Bhatta Goswami have that this happened? So anyways, I'm sure we'll hear more about this sweet narration this evening. But Gopal Bhatta Goswami not only revered very Rasik Vaishnava, disciple of Srila Prabodhananda Saraswati, but similarly to Prabodhananda Saraswati, he's considered a very, very great scholar because they were a part of Sri Sampradaya. Very, very scholarly. So following in the advice and line of Sanatan Goswami, he compiled this Hari Bhakti Vilas. Gurudev says, every time I hear him, he says this, he loves this title, Hari Bhakti Vilas. Hari is Krishna who steals the heart of Srimati Radhika, and they're always engaged in Bhakti Vilas. And so these are pastimes and a lot of rules and regulations so that we can follow and become pure enough to do genuine sadhana and bhajan. And in Gurudev's lecture, he started talking about the significance of a bona fide guru, how we can give the process of diksha and mantra, receive diksha and mantra, and how that is so special gift. And a lot of this is coming by the mercy of Gopal Bhatta Goswami in this Hari Bhakti Vilas. So without further ado, this is his book. And I will begin reading. As reflecting on what activities must be performed, and with the help of the devotees collecting many quotes from all the scriptures, I write this book for the devotee's pleasure. I take shelter of Lord Chaitanya Dev. Commentary by Srila Sanatan Goswami. I take shelter of Lord Chaitanya Dev, the Supreme Personality of Godhead who empowers Brahma and the demigods, who descended to this world to give his own devotional service, and whose mercy allows his devotees to conquer him and bring him under their control. This commentary, which bears the name Digdarshini Tika, a commentary that shows the direction, and which explains a small portion of the Hari Bhakti Vilas, has been written as far as I am able. As I begin the difficult task of writing this book, in order to attain a good result, I first take shelter of my Param Gurudev, my worshipable deity, Lord Chaitanya. The name Chaitanya means the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the form of pure knowledge, who is worshipped by all the universes, and who among all deities has the most perfect transcendental knowledge. Or another meaning of that name Chaitanya is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who stays in everyone's heart, Chitta. Or another meaning of the name Chaitanya is the Supreme Personality of Godhead who gives life to all living entities. I take shelter of him, Lord Chaitanya, the master of my life. Why do I write this book? I write to describe the activities that should be performed by the saintly devotees of Lord Vishnu. Why else do I write? I write to please them. That's so nice. Also, Gurudevi mentioned this morning, Srimati Shamrani Didi, that it says I, and it's Sanatan Goswami, but he's writing on behalf of Gopal Bhatta Goswami. So it's coming from Gopal Bhatta Goswami, was my understanding. Someone may ask, how can a fallen person like you be successful in such a task? I reply, I shall be successful because I take shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who has all powers and opulences, who has a great host of virtues, beginning with his great mercy, and who Srimad Bhagavatam reveals as Lord Krishna, 1:3:28. In this way, 3 parts of this verse are explained. By taking shelter of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, I will be successful in this task. That is the meaning here. Furthermore, it is by his power, by his order, and by his glory that I am engaged in this task. I do not write by my own wish. I do not write to glorify myself. In my opinion, the perfect name of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. By taking shelter of his mercy, this book is not at all difficult to write. Indeed, everything is done very easily. That is the meaning. Of his mercy, this book is not at all difficult to write. Indeed, everything is done very easily. Here someone may object, all these things have already been described in the Vedas, Smriti, Puranas, Agamas, and other scriptures. Why should you write something more? To this I reply, I will gather quotes from all the scriptures and put each quote in its appropriate place. That is how I will write this book. Srila Gopal Bhatta Goswami, who pleased Srila Rupa Goswami, Srila Sanatan Goswami, and Srila Raghunath Das Goswami, and who was a disciple of Lord Chaitanya's dear devotee, Srila Prabodhananda Saraswati, first collected these pastimes of devotional service. Also, Srila Prabodhananda Saraswati is Tanga Vidyasaki, and then Gopal Bhatta Goswami is Guna Manjari. Didn't mention that point, but we can only imagine how dear they are to Lord Chaitanya. Okay, the pastimes of devotional service are this book, Sri Hari Bhakti Vilas. May the devotees of the Lord carefully study this Hari Bhakti Vilas, which has come from a person who enjoys splendid pastimes of love and devotion for the lotus feet of Mathura's master. So I'm wondering what we actually want to read, because here is the whole book, you know? Yeah. All right, well, I'll continue reading the introduction. The book Hari Bhakti Vilas has come from the playful happiness of Srila Gopal Bhatta Goswami, who is filled with love and devotion for Mathura's master. Or Hari Bhakti Vilas may mean the book that has come from Srila Gopal Bhatta Goswami, who enjoys splendid pastimes of love and devotion for the lotus feet of Mathura's master. The devotees here are like bumblebees at the lotus feet of Mathura's master. If the alternate reading Soba Yantu is accepted, then the text reads, "The devotees of the Lord are glorious because they are faultless and because they always hear and chant the glories of the Lord." If the reading Alang Korvantu is accepted, then the text reads, "The devotees of the Lord are decorated with all virtues, beginning with humbleness." All glories to the great devotees here in Lord Krishna's forest within Mathura Mandal. May Kashishwar, Krishnadas, and Lokanath appear before me. Tasting the nectar of devotional service to the lotus feet of Mathura's master, the devotees happily live in the land of Mathura. In Sri Gopal Tapani Upanishad, Vrindavan is called the forest of Lord Krishna. In that forest, the devotees happily enjoy pastimes of hearing and chanting Lord Krishna's glories. The word Sa Lokanatha with Lokanath indicates the close friendship between Krishnadas Kaviraj and Lokanath Goswami. It was in the company of the devotees mentioned here that this book was written. Wow, so nice. In that beginning part when he was talking about how if you ask how such a foolish person like me could write a book, it's only by the mercy of the Lord. It reminded me of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, how he wrote Chaitanya Charitamrita. He said he's so old and that he's even like blind. He can barely even write, but still he's watching like the Lord write the thing for him, and he's offering all respect, saying that Madan Mohan himself wrote Chaitanya Charitamrita. So he had close friendship with them. Table of contents of this book. In this book will be discussed first Vilas, taking shelter of a bona fide spiritual master, the qualities of a bona fide spiritual master, the qualities of a bona fide disciple, tests presented to the spiritual master and disciple, the qualities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, mantras glorifying the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the qualities of a person eligible to chant these mantras, 8. The rites of purification, beginning with Siddhi, and the purification of mantras. So this is the first part. Here will be described the spiritual master and his qualities. Then will be described the mantras of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and the glories of these mantras. Explains like how to do everything in this book. Practical things. She said she wanted to do that tonight. We'll read Chaitanya Charitamrita. So I'll just find some sections to read from here and then that'll be good. So here's a compilation of so many different glorifications of the qualities of spiritual master. The qualities of a genuine spiritual master. A genuine spiritual master is saintly, born in a pure family, diligent in performing his prescribed duties, a follower of Varnashram, devoid of anger, learned in the Vedas and scriptures. Oh, this is text 38, by the way, if anyone's following. Srimad Bhagavatam 11.3.21 also describes the qualities of a genuine spiritual master. Faithful, free of envy, a pleasing speaker, pleasing to the eye, pure, well-dressed, young, a person who works for the welfare of all living beings, intelligent, humble at heart, perfect, non-violent, thoughtful, virtuous, intent on worshiping the Lord, grateful, affectionate to his disciples, capable of both punishment and mercy, devoted to mantras and yagyas, examining all sides of an issue, pure at heart and merciful. A genuine spiritual master has these and many other virtues. He is a treasure house of virtues. Man, how amazing are pure devotees. I don't know. It's a good question. I mean, I don't have like a qualified example, but I'm just thinking about like whenever like we hear about the pure devotees, we hear about how like youthful they are. Like Prabhupada, you always hear he was like always so playful and sweet. Gurudev too. But I don't know what he's actually. I can look at the Sanskrit word. Taruna, young. Free of material desires, aware of the spiritual truth, a teacher of the spiritual truth, learned in the Vedas and scriptures, able to deliver others, able to surmount obstacles, the best of Brahmins, expert in yantras and mantras, one who goes to the heart of the matter, aware of the secrets of spiritual philosophy. Going to the heart of the matter, that one's nice. It's like Saragrahi. A performer of Pushchara, expert at chanting mantras and yagyas, aware of what is needed, austere and truthful. These are the qualities of a household spiritual master. In the Vishnu Smriti it is said, a person who is greedy to get worship, praise, and money from his disciple is not a true spiritual master. A true spiritual master is an ocean of mercy, perfect, a person who does good to everyone, who is free from all material desires, completely perfect, learned in all knowledge, able to cut apart all doubts, and not lazy. In Sri Narad Pancharatra, the Supreme Personality of Godhead explains to Sri Narad, O best of the Brahmanas, a spiritual master should be an exalted Brahman, who knows everything at all times, and who is merciful to everyone. In the absence of such a highly qualified person, a spiritual master may be a Kshatriya, who is peaceful at heart, devoted to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, pure in heart, all-knowing, learned in the scriptures, devoted to pious deeds, and endowed with 3 perfections. In Gurudev's lecture, he said that the spiritual master should have have Krishna in his heart, and should also be able to give Krishna into the heart of his disciple. That was a nice point. A person who has accepted an initiation in the worship of Lord Vishnu and who is devoted. Oh, here, let's see, hold on. Yeah. By chanting a mantra given by a spiritual master who is not a devotee of Lord Vishnu, one goes to hell. Such a disciple should be initiated again, this time by a spiritual master who is a devotee of Lord Vishnu. A person who has accepted initiation in the worship of Lord Vishnu and who is devoted to the worship of Lord Vishnu is called a devotee of Lord Vishnu by the wise. One who is not like him is not a devotee of Lord Vishnu. And then these are the characteristics of a person who is not a genuine spiritual master. In the Tattva Sagara, it is said, a person who eats voraciously, wears opulent clothing, is greedy after sense pleasures, loves to argue, is a follower of the atheist philosophers, is wicked, speaks what should not be spoken, has many vices, has either a big beard or no beard, is a servant of wicked men, has black teeth, black lips, and bad breath, breathes heavily, has a host of faults, and although financially well situated, is greedy for more and bigger donations, is the kind of spiritual master that destroys the good fortune of his disciples. Here's the qualities of a genuine disciple. Nice. In the mantra Muktavali, it is said, a genuine disciple is faithful, glorious, humble, pleasing to the eye, truthful, pious, intelligent, honest, not a hypocrite, free of lust and anger, devoted to his spiritual master's feet, with body, mind, and words devoted to the Supreme Personality of Godhead day and night, healthy, sinless, faithful, always devoted to the worship of the Devas, Brahmins, and Pittas. Pittas are the ancestors. It's interesting that it says that, because one of the things that Gurudev says is that for one who's worshipping Krishna, he doesn't have to worship the demigods, you know. There's that verse there in Bhagavatam that for one who worships Krishna, he has no debts to the Pittas or the Devas. Young, in full control of his senses, and kind. A person who has these and other virtues is qualified for initiation. A genuine disciple is prideless, non-envious, diligent, free of false possessiveness, a sincere friend of his spiritual master, eager to learn the truth, not hostile to others, and averse to useless conversation. They who are lazy, unclean, agitated, proud, miserly, wretched, diseased, angry, passionate, greedy for sense pleasures. The word agitated here means agitated for no good reason. In the grip of envy and hostility, cheaters filled with harsh words, greedy to accumulate wealth for no reason. Let's see. This is, it switched there, I was going to say. This is who should be rejected. I guess that'd be it for spiritual master or disciple. But I can't imagine a pure devotee would ever reject. They who are lazy, unclean, agitated, proud, miserly, wretched, diseased, angry, passionate, greedy for sense pleasures, foul, harsh, insulting, wicked, cruel, degraded, and sinful, the lowest of men, who have these and a host of other faults, who do not turn away from what should not be done, and who cannot bear to follow the spiritual master teachings, should be rejected. They are not fit to be disciples. There you go. I'm thinking of like how glorious Rupa Goswami is for making that nectar of instruction, Upadeshamrita. You know, he like condenses so much knowledge for us into how to come up. Atyahara Prayasas Cha, all these things. First few verses of Nectar of Instruction. And then they mentioned the different atheistic philosophers such as Jaimini. Oh, then that thing is mentioned about how one should have some time for the spiritual master and the disciple to examine one another. And then this is nice. His heart melting with sincere love and his thoughts fixed on the Supreme Personality of Godhead, whose navel is like a lotus flower. The prospective disciple should, with his wealth, body, and pleasing words, serve his spiritual master for 3 years. Then when the spiritual master is satisfied, the disciple may ask for initiation in chanting the sacred mantras. The service to the spiritual master. The disciple should regularly fetch water, kusha grass, flowers, and fuel. He should regularly wash the spiritual master's clothing, anoint him with sandal paste, and massage his limbs. Never should the disciple sleep on the spiritual master's bed, wear his shoes, sit on his seat, cross his shadow, or eat from his plate. The disciple should prepare his master's toothbrush, twig, and other things like that, and he should ask what service he should perform. The disciple should not leave without first asking permission. She should always try to please her spiritual master. He should never place his feet near his spiritual master. In the company of the spiritual master, the disciple should never yawn, laugh, snap his fingers, or do other impolite activities. It is further said, to the spiritual master's children, wife, and relatives, the disciple should offer the same kind of respectful treatment he offers to the spiritual master himself. However, the disciple should not wash the feet of his spiritual master's son, nor should he massage his legs, eat the remnants of his meals, or arrange for his bath. If the spiritual master's wife is of the same varna as he, then she should be honored as he is. If she is of a different varna, she should be honored by rising from one's seat and speaking salutations. Sri Narad Muni explains, wherever one sees his spiritual master, one should offer obeisances to him with folded hands. One should fall like a stick to the ground. One should fall like a tree cut at its root. Never should the disciple disobey his spiritual master's words, sit on his seat, use his vehicle, wear his shoes or clothing, or step on his shadow. One should not speak the sacred name of his spiritual master, even if the spiritual master is not present. Neither should one imitate the style of his spiritual master's walking, talking, or way of doing things. Interesting, I wonder why they say one should not speak the name of the spiritual master. One should not imitate the way one's spiritual master acted in the presence of his spiritual master. Neither should one offer obeisances to his elder relatives without his spiritual master's permission. I don't know. One should never, under any circumstances, speak the sacred name of his spiritual master. A self-controlled disciple will never speak the name of his spiritual master without respect and devotion. When speaking his spiritual master's name, one should fold one's hands, bow one's head, and preface his spiritual master's name with the words Om Shri Vishnupad. It is further said, one should not become bewildered and give orders to his spiritual master. One should not disobey the order of his spiritual master. One should not eat anything without first taking permission from his spiritual master. So it seems like the not speaking the name is like casually. When the spiritual master approaches, the disciple should go to meet him. When the spiritual master departs, the disciple should follow him. The disciple should not lie on his bed or sit on his asan in the presence of his spiritual master. Whatever food and drink the spiritual master likes, whatever pleases his heart, the disciple should offer to his spiritual master. When the spiritual master is finished eating, the disciple may eat the remnants of his meal. He should do this every day. Even if the spiritual master hits him or gives him trouble, The disciple should not act to displease him. The disciple should never disrespect his spiritual master's words. The disciple should never act to displease his spiritual master. A disciple who with his life, wealth, actions, mind, and words pleases his spiritual master goes to the supreme destination. Wow. Nice verse, huh? Okay. So a few more things about the relationship of guru and disciple. Let's see if there's one more, maybe subject farther on that we can see. It's 562 pages. So there's a lot. I want to hear something about the section about the mantras. Oh, this is great. The glories of the Gopal mantra. Also in Gopal Tapani Upanishad, there's so much about Gopal mantra. The mantra of Lord Krishna, who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the seat of all incarnations, is the most powerful. Of all mantras, this is the Gautamiya Tantra. Of all mantras, the Vishnu mantras are said to be the best. Of these, the Krishna mantras, which are the abode of happiness and liberation, are the best of all. Whatever the mantra and whoever the deity, the mantra and its deity are said to be non-different. Lord Krishna is the original Supreme Personality of Godhead, and his form is eternal and full of knowledge and bliss. Simply by remembering him, one attains both material happiness and liberation. In his original form, he enjoys pastimes as a cowherd boy. The mantras glorifying him are the best of mantras. Among them, the 18-syllable mantra is especially to be noted. The glories of the 18-syllable mantra. In Sri Gopal Tapani Upanishad, here, that's where he's pulling from. The 18-syllable mantra is described. Om. Some sages said to the demigod Brahma, "Who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead? Whom does death fear? By knowing whom does everything else become known? Who created this world?" Brahma replied to them, "Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Death fears Govinda. By understanding Gopijana Vallabha, everything becomes known. By pronouncing the word Swaha, the Personality of Godhead created the world." They then said, "Who is Krishna? Who is Govinda? Who is Gopijana Vallabha? What is Swaha?" To them, Brahma said, "Krishna means he who delivers from sin. Govinda means he who is famous on the earth. In the Vedas and among the Sarabi cows, Gopijana Vallabha means he who enchants the gopis. And Swaha means the potency of the Supreme. All these names refer to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One who meditates on this Supreme Personality of Godhead, glorifies him and worships him, becomes liberated, he becomes liberated." They said, what is his form? What is his glorification? How does one worship him? Please describe this to us." Brahma said, "He appears like a cowherd boy. His complexion is like a monsoon cloud." Devotional service to Lord Krishna is performed when the heart no longer desires any material benefit to be obtained in this life or the next. This is freedom from the bonds of karma. Najanam najanam nashundarim. Many brahmanas worship Krishna. Many worship eternal Govinda. Gopijana Vallabha maintains the worlds. Powerful Swaha moves the universe. Wow, that's interesting. Although originally one, air becomes the 5 life airs in the bodies of all living entities. In the same way, for the benefit of the world, Lord Krishna appears as these 5 words. The method of worship is then described in the following words of Sri Gopal Tapani Upanishad. Lord Krishna is the worshipable, all-pervading, supreme controller, and although he is one, he manifests in many forms. They who are intelligent worship him as he stands on his altar. They and not others attain eternal happiness. The Brahmanas who worship as he stands on his altar, the one greatest among the eternals and greatest among conscious persons, the one who fulfills the desires of the many, they and not others attain eternal perfection. Prabhupada quoted this verse a lot. Nitya nityanam chaitanas chaitananam ekubahunam yo vidadati kaman. To they who always diligently worship Lord Vishnu's transcendental form, the Lord in his original form as a cowherd boy shows his lotus feet. Wow. It was Krishna who in the beginning instructed Brahma in Vedic knowledge and who disseminated Vedic knowledge in the past. They who desire liberation surrender to him, the Supreme Personality of Godhead who grants transcendental knowledge to his devotees. To they who chant the 5-word mantra with Om and Govinda, Om Krishnaya Govindaya Gopijana Balaba Swaha, the Lord reveals his own form. Therefore, to attain transcendental peace, they who desire liberation should regularly chant this mantra. From this 5-word mantra have come all other Govinda mantras in human society, including the 10-syllable Govinda mantra chanted by Indra's followers and by they who desire opulences. Brahma said, I continually glorify the Lord and meditated upon him for millions of years, and at last I was able to understand the transcendental form of the Lord as Sri Krishna in the dress of a cowherd boy. With devotion in my heart, I bowed down before him. He gave me the 18-syllable mantra to be used for the activity of creation, and then he disappeared. When I desired to create the universe, he again appeared before me, showing me in these syllables the universe that was to be. Wow, it goes so in depth. From the letter K, I created water. From the letter I, earth. And from the letter E, fire. From the letter M, the moon. And I guess it's ing, the moon. And from the entire word kling, the sun. From the word Krishnaya, I created ether. From Govindaya, air. From Gopijana Balabhaya, knowledge and the Sarabi cows. And from Swaha, men, women, and everything else. Everything else. The head of the Vedas said, from the word kling, he created the universe. From the letter L, earth was born. From the letter K, water was born. Oh, it's repeating. So in this way, the material elements were born from this mantra. Should I keep going? Or keeps going on and on. But the point being is that Krishna reveals himself through this mantra. That's amazing. Oh. Shiva says, that is why, O goddess, I chant this mantra every day. In this world of moving and unmoving beings, there is nothing else like this mantra. And Guru gives this mantra. Okay, I'll probably start there. Also something that Guru Dev said in his lectures, he was saying are the Diksha mantras or Harinam superior? He said Harinam superior, but the Diksha mantras, they help purify someone to actually chant Harinam. Yeah. So in the beginning, the Diksha mantras are actually more significant because they help actually purify us to chant Harinam. But Harinam is Radha and Krishna. Nice point. Yeah, there's a really, really long explanation about Gopal mantra. If anyone wants to continue their research, then they may. And then there's also a section on Arti and everything else as we described in the table of contents. So I'll stop there And all glories to Shri Gopal Bhatta Goswami, Shri Sanatan Goswami Ki Jai, and Shri Hari Bhakti Vilas Ki Jai. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaura Haribo, Haribo, Haribo. Nitai Gaura Haribo, Nitai Gaura Haribo, Haribo, Haribo. Nitai Gaura Haribo. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripasindubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Dandavats live stream.